day I wake up is another blessing. Thankful every second, getting God's protection. I lost connection in the desert, I had no reception. But in that time alone, I probably learned 1,000 lessons. I used my time for introspection and some self-reflection, and analyzed a couple ways to conquer my depression. Everything doesn't happen the way we plan it to, but if we harvest energy, then we can plan it too. So take a look in my eyes, that's where the story...
Alright, we're back with another reaction. We got the Diablo 4 Ultimate Class Guide by Kanon. Diablo 4 beta is starting this weekend for the people who pre-ordered, next weekend for everybody else. So we're gonna take a look at what's new with the classes. I believe there's a new class, all that good stuff. Let's check out Kanon Ultimate Class Guide for Diablo 4.
Diablo 4 will have 5 classes at the start. In this video, I'm going to be giving you an overview of each class to give you a more accurate expectation when selecting your class. Come hang out with me on Twitch, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and let's begin the video. Starting with one of the staples of Diablo, the Barbarian. If you've ever played this class in previous Diablo titles, you'll feel right at home as it stays close to its roots, but better. Barbarians can equip a whopping 4 weapons at the same time, 2 two-handed weapons and 2 one-handed weapons. In Diablo 4, all classes have their own unique class mechanic. Barbarians have what's called the Arsenal system. The Arsenal system allows Barbarians to assign one of his 4 weapons to a specific skill for additional effects. No manual weapon swapping will be needed, as you'll automatically use the weapon that you've assigned by simply using the skill. When unlocking this feature at level 5, you'll see that each individual weapon...
Level 5, that's early, right? Let's see. Okay, so for each type of weapon, you get a different type of stat increase or skill. Oh, that's cool.
Weapon has an effect that comes with it when used. Each of these can be leveled up to a maximum level of 10 by simply hitting mobs with the respective weapon.
That only
this arsenal system
the rank 10, what happens that when it's fully upgraded.
Allows the Barbarian to have access to multiple stat bonuses at once, including legendary effects. The damage, however, is going to be scaled from your main weapon, so be sure to prioritize one really good weapon while the others provide additional stats to buff your main weapon. Additionally, there is also something called the technique slot, which is unlocked at level 15, that is also part of the Barbarian's unique class mechanic. However, this feature is currently unavailable to us. Back to the basic functions of the class now. Barbarians will have 4 basic skills, which are your less damaging gauge generating ability. The orange gauge here is called Fury. You'll spend this Fury via your core skills, which you will have 5 options for. A lot of these skills should sound pretty familiar for you Barb mains out there. Next, we have the defensive skills and brawling skills. You'll have 4 options from your defensive skills, which includes some of your shouts and obviously focuses on your defenses. And you'll also have 4 options from your brawling skills that provide a little bit more utility and movement to your kit. The 5th skill set for Barbarian is the weapon mastery skills, which you'll have 3 options to choose from. These skills are high damaging skills that incur a cooldown when used. Finally, we have 3 ultimate skills to choose from. Wrath of the Berserker, which gives you a big berserking buff that roids out your barb. Iron Maelstrom, which is a big damaging attack utilizing all of your weapons. And Call of the Ancients, which is an ultimate summon bringing out pets, specifically known as Ancients, to come out and deal damage. Easily one...
That one reminds me of the D&D skill. I think it's like call it ancestor, something with ancestors.
Now, pets, specific popular classes pre-release, Rogue is an extremely versatile class that can utilize both ranged and melee attacks to deal damage. The versatility doesn't stop here, however. Rogues also have a ton of utility in the form of traps and CC, while also having access to very solid mobility and, of course, damage. Rogues will equip both a ranged weapon and 2 one-handed weapons. These weapons will be used and swapped automatically in combat depending on the skill you're using. Rogues will have access to skills that use both your bow and dual wield. You do have the option to customize your own playstyle by choosing to go for melee exclusive, ranged exclusive, or a hybrid build. At a base, you have 5 basic attacks to choose from that will generate the purple gauge, otherwise known as energy for the rogue. Then you have 5 what's called core skills that spend that energy. On top of the basic and core skill sets, rogues will also have agility, subterfuge, and imbuement skills. The agility skills allow you access to key mobility skills. Subterfuge skills allow you access to traps and stealth. Imbuement skills allow you to add an elemental property and effect to your skills. Outside of these 5 skill sets, you'll have your 6th and final one, the ultimates. You'll have 3 ultimates to choose from. Shadow Clone, which will summon a clone to mimic your attacks. Rain of Arrows, which is exactly what the name implies, a large ranged AoE attack, and Death Trap, which is, well, a trap. Rogues have a unique class mechanic called the Class Specialization System, which unlocks at level 15. Rogues will have access to 3 systems, or stances, as some may better understand, combo points, inner sight, and preparation. These stances can be changed on the fly even during combat. Combo points will make your basic attacks generate combo points, as you see here, while your core skills will spend the points. Building these points and spending them with your core skills will give that core skill added effects, such as increased damage. Inner Sight is the second stance you'll have access to at level 20, and this will mark one enemy for 10 seconds. Attacking that enemy will build up a separate gauge that we don't have footage for, and when filling that gauge, you'll have access to unlimited energy for 4 seconds. This is insanely powerful for single target scenarios, as you'll feel like you have unlimited resources. Preparation is the final stance, which becomes available at level 30. Since all testing thus far has been only up till level 25, we do not know exactly what this stance will be. However, it is speculated to be something revolving around cooldown reductions and resets. Sorcerer in Diablo is everything you'd expect it to be. Expect big numbers with massive AoEs, crowd control, teleports. The Sorcerer fits the Mage archetype perfectly. Sorcs will be able to equip 2-handed staves or a one-handed dagger wand or focus, and with it, you'll be dealing cold, lightning, and fire damage through your all-important resource, mana. Like all classes, Sorcs will have 6 skill sets beginning with their basic skills, which you'll have 4 options to choose from. These will be your basic mana generators. You'll also have an additional 6 core skills, which will be your harder hitting mana spenders. Sorcs will have 4 options in their defensive skills, including skills such as teleport and ice armor. And they'll also have 3 elemental summons to choose from in its conjuration skill set: Ice Blades, Hydra, and Lightning Spear. Rounding out the Sorc skill sets, you have your 4 mastery skills, which are hard-hitting, massive AoEs that will consume more of your mana, and of course, your long cooldown ultimate skills, which you'll have 3 elements to choose from: cold in the form of Deep Freeze, fire in the form of Inferno, and lightning in the form of Unstable Current. You may have noticed some skills having what's called an enchantment effect. Sorc's special class mechanic is its enchantment slots. This is unlocked at level 15. The build diversity goes even deeper, as Sorcs are able to apply an unused skill towards an active skill to receive an added effect. For example, if you slot the Meteor skill, you'll receive an added effect that gives you a 3% chance to have a meteor fall on a target every time they take burn damage. Further upgrading this would give you added effects on top of that, In this case, you'd have the added effect of having a 30% chance to have an additional meteor fall when your meteor hits 3 or more enemies. Keep in mind though, in order to slot the skill for the added effect, you'll still need to unlock the skill by spending a skill point on it in your skill tree.
Okay.
The first of 2 classes that have not been fully revealed. Druid is a shape-shifting class that offers melee, casting, and summoning options. Outside of its unique ability to shapeshift, Druids have a lot of versatility when it comes to its skill kit, offering you a wide variety of playstyles under the theme of a shape-shifting elementalist.
Druid is, I believe Druid was my first D&D character I made. It was a Druid. So, Druid is pretty tempting.
Druids will have the ability to equip both one-handed and two-handed weapons, including staves, and will deal damage that mainly revolves around physical, lightning, and poison properties, despite its elemental theme. Skill set wise, you'll have 5 basic skills and 3 core skills, otherwise known as spirit skills for Druid. Like all classes in Diablo 4, your basic skills will deal damage and generate your mana resource, which for Druid is called Spirit, while your spirit skills as a Druid will consume your spirit to deal more damage. You'll have options in both your basic and spirit skills to deal damage via transform state or by nature themed spells in human form. In your defense skill set, you'll have 5 options that will help with your survivability at the cost of a cooldown, 3 of which will transform you into a wolf or bear. The last 2 skill sets unique to Druid are Wrath skills and Companion skills, both sets that are cooldown reliant. You'll have 2 options for your Wrath skills, Hurricane and Boulder, which are both non-transformational AoE spells, and 3 options for Companion skills, Wolves, Ravens, and Vine Creeper, which are essentially your summons. As far as your ultimate skills, like all other classes, you'll have 3 options. Cataclysm, which is a giant storm that follows you, dealing crazy damage. Grizzly Rage, transforming you into a bear on roids. And Petrify, which is a mass stun that also deals damage. However, from the most recent dev stream, we do know that at level 15, the Druid will be able to interact with 4 spirit animals in regards to its class mechanic that will provide buffs to the Druid when given boons, which can be looted from monsters. Each spirit animal will provide powers to which you'll be able to select one of from each spirit animal. The powers can be changed at any time, and once all the powers are unlocked, you'll be able to choose 1 additional power, allowing you to have a total of 5 powers active at a time. Keep in mind though, this will not be available during the beta test because the region you have to go to, Skaz Glen, will not be available. The final class on this list is going to hit home.
Wait, does that mean like the Druid is not going to be available at all, or just that part of Druid?
Will not be available. The final class on this list is going to hit home for a lot of people, and it is none other than the Undead King, Necromancer. One of the 2 classes that will be releasing during the second weekend of testing. We are still limited to what we know with this class. What we do know is that this is a class that has stayed very close to its roots with a lot of returning skills. However, Diablo 4's iteration of Necromancer not only made it look more badass, but also took it to another level, starting with the equipables.
What's the next
Necromancer is the only class in the game to be able to wield a scythe. Additionally, they can equip other one-handed items, including swords and shields. Necromancers have 2 main resource pools. The first being Essence, which is essentially your regular mana pool, and like all other classes, can be generated by using basic skills. The second resource is actual corpses. As any regular Diablo player would know, these corpses are remains of enemies that are killed by the Necromancer. They can then be used by the Necromancer in ways such as raising minions or exploding them for damage. Furthermore, Necromancer's class mechanic in Diablo 4 is called the Book of the Dead. This mechanic allows you to customize your summoned minions even further. You'll have 3 types of minions: skeletal warriors, skeletal mages, and a golem. Each of these summons have an additional 3 specializations you can choose from. For example, you can have your skeletal warriors be skirmishers, defenders, or reapers. Skirmishers having increased damage at the cost of reduced health, defenders having increased health, and reapers having slower but larger AoE attacks. On top of all of this, each specialized unit has additional unique upgrades available to them that synergize with different playstyles. And if you're the type to prefer a no summon version of Necromancer, the Book of the Dead also allows you to sacrifice your minions for permanent buffs to make all playstyles viable, whether you want to run solo or with an army of minions. Outside of the Book of the Dead, Necromancers will have 4 types of playstyles that you can choose between or mix. The first being Bone, which are more physical in nature and will consume a large amount of your essence. Darkness, which focuses more on dots, debuffs, and CC. Blood, which can siphon life and provide defensives. And finally, the Army, which focuses on your summons, which can synergize quite well with all the aforementioned skill sets. Those are all 5 classes in Diablo 4. Guys, I plan on playing both the beta weekends. We're going to be going really hard, no lifing it. So come hang out with us on Twitch during the beta tests, and be sure to let me know in the comment section below what class you guys are planning on playing yourselves. See you in the next video.
Oh man, I'm gonna be playing the second weekend, not the first weekend. I ain't pre-ordering that. I'm not a pre-order guy. But the second weekend, it's going down. Definitely want to try out Druid. Definitely trying out Druid first, because it looks like Sorcerer is taking place of Wizard. So that's going to be when the game fully comes out and I actually get it. That's going to be my main, unless I completely fall in love with Druid. I do want to try out Necromancer. I haven't tried. I think they have Necromancer on 3. I just haven't tried it out. But I might try that out on 3 for a little bit. But they said it's completely different. They to the next level. Yeah. Rogue and Barbarian don't really, I don't know. I might not try it out for the weekend. I'll try it out when I get the game or something. But yeah, Diablo 4. You getting it? You gonna get Diablo 4? What class you playing? What class looks the best to you right now for Diablo 4? Let us know in the comments. Alright, remember, this in the description, the link to this video. Go show Kanon some love, give him a like on the video. And yeah, we'll see y'all for Diablo 4 in next weekend. Yeah, deuces.
I'm hiding out, wilding out, cooling down, collecting thoughts till I find my route. And if they catch me, they'll be finding out what I'm about. Until then, I'm riding out. I'm hiding out, wilding out, cooling down, collecting thoughts till I find my route. And if they catch me, they'll be finding out what I'm about. Until then, I'm riding out, riding out. Check it out. I'm a desperado, I'm living it in real life. What's next to follow? I hit the bottle.